SEN Spirit, Jared with you right across the south or west. And it's now time to catch up with the team from Reading and SW1 Homes. We've got Shannon, the marketing manager, and Trevor, the GM, in the studio with us. How are you, team?
Good, thanks, Jared. Thanks for having us.
Good to be back.
Yeah, great to have you in the studio and great to chat as well. Before we get into the swing of things, it's been probably 3 or 4 weeks since we last had a chat. The new showroom looking absolutely fabulous and getting some great inquiry through there as well.
Yeah, doesn't it? It's amazing space. Big enough to house a lot of our products that people can just walk through and just see the range. Heaps of choice within our Reading brand as well. And, amazing new space for us all to work out of and our clients to explore.
And Shannon, obviously it makes it a lot easier when you've got that space to walk into, as Trevor was explaining, just to come feel, touch and get across all the products, which is exactly what I did on the opening night.
Yeah, located behind Bunnings there in the Homemaker Centre. It's really easy for clients, heaps of parking, they can walk in and actually see the size of the ovens and they can touch the silica-free bench tops, because I think once you explain all of that, it gets a bit overwhelming, but they can come in and actually have a look at it, and we've got some good sample sizes for people, so they're not just looking at tiny little squares on a computer screen. They can come and see it for themselves.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to do it. And just on that, you mentioned walking through the door, coming and putting a name to a face for your team and for the person that's walking. It's invaluable, really, and having those two buildings here in Bunbury and, of course, in Busselton as well, it's a perfect way to get the ball rolling straight away.
It is, yeah. And look, that's where you're going to gain the most amount of information. And buying a home, whether it be your investment, your second or third home, your first home for that matter, there's a lot of information that you need to understand. And for those that don't necessarily have a good time, you find a lot of the time it's because they are ill-prepared, weren't discussed with all of the factors that could come into a house and land package as well. So, yeah, you get a better understanding face-to-face for sure.
And I've had the advantage, obviously, of going through these interviews, and it's opened my eyes massively. So I would recommend personally, after just chatting to you guys and the rest of the team, that it's no other way to go. Sit there and just go through the process, because it makes it so easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there's always someone in any of the buildings that's ready to help. Quite often, like, we have the land consultants stop by and say good day as well. So if you do come in, there's a good chance that you'll get all the info you need.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit of land now. What is the story? Obviously, people have got an eye on the block. They might already have a block. Can you run through sort of the process around that?
Yeah, look, so demand is really huge. We're not building enough homes to handle the volumes coming into WA still. When you look at rental vacancies and the yields that's netting as well, it's really positive for investment, particularly here in the regional areas as well. And regional WA is even outperforming Perth as well to some respect. So it's an exciting time to secure your new home, whether or not that is your first home or an investment. There's a number of releases coming through, but what we find is that the people on the waiting list that we've been helping for maybe several weeks or months, for that matter, they're the ones getting first preference, because then they're better prepared. They've got their finance in order. They've had a chat to a broker. They've got all of their paperwork ready to go to then secure that block when it does become available, rather than wait for that release and realise that the release is mainly just an advertising perspective for the land agents to gain more inquiry for maybe their next releases as well. So, look, the sooner you inquire, the better off you'll be.
Yeah, the process behind it's incredible, isn't it? Yep. And you don't think about all this sort of stuff, and that's why, again, I love these interviews, because we get to learn a little, peel back the curtain, I guess, a little bit to what actually happens. And Shannon, let's go to the side of things where you actually already have a block and you walk through the front door of SW1 or Reading Homes.
Yeah, when clients already have a block, obviously it gives us some certainty around timeframes and prices. So if clients do have a block already that they've been sitting on, not sure when to sort of engage with the builder, come and chat to us, and we can put some guarantees around timeframes, but also offer significant discounts at pre-start, because we can guarantee that price. So we are willing to discount on pre-start if you've got a block, and reward you for being organised, I guess. Just on the demand, though, some interesting figures came out earlier in the week from realestate.com. Bunbury, the 5th most searched suburb in the state for house and land packages. So that's even amongst all the metro suburbs. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That means we've got a lot of people coming our way.
A lot of people interested, yeah.
I think, we've been highlighted on the Australian stage with the Matildas coming and then obviously the AFL. So, Bunbury's starting to get a little bit of a name out there. And,
What a great spot.
we're on the doorstep of some of the great wineries, whether it be in the Fergie Valley or down towards Margaret River. So, it's a good time now to get in and have a chat, basically. And there's that special around having the block already, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And what that does around our construction as well is like Shan alluded to, it allows us to start your home sooner. So, gone are the days where, we're still getting hit with increases across the industry. But what that allows us to do is put all of those, design, your pre-start, your final working drawings all into play because the blocks that are getting released now, they're not probably titling for another 6 and some even 9 months as well. So we have to wait for that. But where we want to be able to provide clients with certainty is price holds, and genuinely knowing what your price will be when you begin.
And let's touch on, obviously, in a state election, a federal election as well. Does that sort of affect the market in any way, shape or form? I believe it may have done in the past, but has it done this time?
Yeah, certainly historically it has. People sort of wait to see who the leader will be and what schemes or incentives there are around building, what it does to their investment properties as well. What we have seen, and I don't like to talk politics, but however, it actually has made zero difference in terms of our inquiry. People are still really searching for homes and missing out on the stuff that's coming up in the established market and realising how much cheaper it is when they build their home. They can still customise it, get the design that they want, everything's brand new, the way they want it. We're now finding blocks for clients that are coming back on the market as well, which we can secure and then give that client a benefit as well. So, yeah, it's knowing who to chat to. We've certainly got our finger on the pulse with everyone who is from land agents to real estate agents as well. They're different to brokers that can help out with finance. And look, from a finance perspective, we had a recent interest rate cut. We can't forecast when the next will be, but historically speaking, that normally leads with future rate cuts as well. And so we predict that there could be another 2 before the end of the year as well, which again builds confidence with a market that is already buoyant in terms of inquiry as well. So without it being too difficult later down the track, the best time to start is sooner. So.
And as we've mentioned in the past, Shannon, as well, established houses are sometimes hard to get hold of, and they're walking out the door quicker than they're appearing online. So, building a house can be a cheaper option and also gives you the options you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people maybe don't know unless they've come and chatted to an expert. There's a difference between an established house loan and a construction loan. And difference in what grants are available, what deposit options are available. So even working in the industry for 7 years like I have, I'm still learning all of this. So best thing to do would be come and have a chat to someone. The sales reps deal with this sort of stuff all the time and can pretty quickly figure out what you maybe can take advantage of from either state government or, loan options. There's heaps of options out there for people that maybe they don't realise.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about. And I always get to the end of these goes, wow, I've learned a lot each and every week. And this is why you have the showrooms and you have the people out and about to chat about it. Shannon, can you run through the showrooms and where we can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got SW1 in the Homemaker Centre, just in between Rebel Sport and JB Hi-Fi there. And then our Red Ink Homes brand new showroom is just behind Bunnings, 5 Warehouse Street in the Homemaker Centre. We also have the Hub in Busselton on the corner of Kent and Queen Street. Always someone in each of those, and our display homes in Vass and Dalyellup as well are manned on the weekends.
Again, I can't express enough to go in and have a chat. If you're even thinking about the idea, you've got the deposit sitting there, you've got the block, you don't have the block. These are all the options you can go and discuss with the teams from Reading and SW1 Homes. There's so much more. We could talk for hours on this, but the key is, as I've said it a couple of times, walk in the door, come and say hello and start the conversation and get the process going because, it is a big process, but that's where the team make it really, really easy. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thanks again, Jared.
Thank you.